Acceptance is a process where we learn to let go, stopping the fight, allowing a process. Why is it important to accept? Because we have experiences in our life which could be trauma, it could be, the trauma could be abuse, violence, situations that we don't feel good about ourselves, problems that arise in our life. And if we don't accept, if we don't learn to accept what has happened to us in our life, then it actually keeps holding us back. And if we don't do learn the process of acceptance, it actually has an effect on our physical well-being, because we are stuck in the emotions and feelings of the situation, the events that actually have happened to us. So that would actually can create dis-ease in ourselves and make us very unhappy, not satisfied with our life. We start blaming the world, and we, of course, keep blaming the situation that we have been in, that's given us these emotions and feelings. So why to accept? The reason to accept is so it helps us to move forward, to create our life that we desire. It may be that you have a desire to become the best that you are. Maybe you want to go for your dream job. Whatever it is for you, you'll be able to do that. Because it's having these old feelings and the memory, it is just a memory because it has happened. The only thing that is real is in the past, and we can't change that. But what we can change is how we feel about that experience, so that we can move on and forward. Now, how can we learn, how can we actually go through the process of accepting? What I have learned for myself is it is little steps, getting in touch with the feeling that you actually have. And little by little, you find a way of forgiveness. It sends you thinking in a different way, trying to find a silver lining. That somewhere in your heart, you can forgive this person, bit by bit. And what will happen is, it will start to make sense to you, and the heavy sensation of the event will actually start to lift. It makes you feel freer, and it makes you feel lighter. And it starts to change your perspective about yourself and about the people around, the people that are in your life, and how you see the world. Your attitude actually changes. Because once you got it and you know that you can't change what has happened in the past, you're on a good run here. You're starting to feel free and almost willing, saying like, yes, let's get on with this. Let's do it. I want to be free. I don't want to be captured by my past emotions. So let me tell you a little story here. When I grew up, of course, my father was asked to leave the house. But what happened is that when I go into town, I used to bump into him. I would see him, I would hide in shops behind people, because I really did not want to see him. I was scared of him because the old feeling and the emotions from what he had done with me was still with me. So by what I'm going to share with you, I'm not saying that by just the action I took, that all those feelings disappeared by visiting my father. It was a beginning, because what I accepted is that, okay, I'm feeling scared all the time when I see him in town. Do I really want to feel that feeling? And I accepted that this could be, it could carry on, and I knew I had a choice to do something about it. So what I actually did one day is, I must have been around about 9 or 10 years old. No, older actually, sorry, about 12. I actually decided to go and visit him. I knew I was safe. His wife was there and his 2 children. I walked to the house, knocked on the door, surprised to see me, and I walked in and we had a conversation. So I can't remember what we actually talked about, but when I left the house, I felt a lot freer, because for me personally, I found some acceptance, and it made me feel lighter, it made me feel liberated. And for me, that was the beginning of life changing, of the process of actually, accepting even further. So accepting completely your experiences is not a short journey. It's a process. It takes time. It takes practice. One has to come back to their feelings and to their emotions on a regular basis when they come up, when you feel them, when you're thinking, when you feel them, see what you're thinking, and then you can do some work. And what I found is that my brain, my way of thinking got very agile. The pain I was feeling was making me think and searching in a different way. But I was not searching outside of myself. I was searching inside of myself, because that is really where the power is and where we can make the changes. Yes, we can get support and speak with people, professional people, or a very good friend that you maybe have to help you and to assist. But the real changes of accepting happen within you. Another scenario, event in my life, I was working in a company and I really hated it. I really hated it there. And I was trying to get some time off to go on to a workshop, self-development. I always have this desire to learn more and how I can become the best person that I am. And what happened was that I wanted time off, and because of the nature of the job, being in the call center, it's very difficult to get time off. So I always worked hard, did my best, and I was really angry and upset that I could not get my time off. And I went to see the director and actually said, this is quite ridiculous, we all work so hard, and if we need some time off, we can't get it off. So she says, look, we know, but unfortunately, it's the nature of the job. We have to have a certain amount of people on the phone, and there are already too many people off. So I thought, well, okay, rather than wasting my energy on this, that I can't have any time off, I started slowly, okay, let's have a look at this. Really in the grand picture, is it really that important? This is my personal way. Is it really that important for me to go on this workshop? Can you go another time? What else can you do? Looking for different kind of solutions. And yeah, so I thought, okay, I accept it, I let it go, and what needs to happen is gonna happen. I completely detached myself from that because I just couldn't change it. A week later or 10 days later, the manager called me into the office and said, Angelika, because you've been so supportive to us in the little projects that you have been doing, we have managed to give you the time off. I mean, that was like, wow, that is amazing. But what actually happened is that by letting go, not fighting it anymore, trying to insist that I have this time off, and hanging on to the feelings, thinking, emotions. This is so unfair. I cannot accept this. This is unacceptable. This is so unfair. Because I let go, the energy changed and it came to me. So what do I mean by that? Is the more we accept life and what has happened to us, the more we can receive, because we're creating a space, and the space is there because we not holding on, feeling anger, feeling betrayed, or that we've been treated in unjust. And the acceptance in general is very useful also in your everyday life. It's like, what is the point about sitting in the car and thinking, this car jump is unacceptable, they should be doing something about this. Or, oh, the buses are always late. I'm using simple examples here, I know, because I don't know what you are going through in your life at the moment. It could be a difficult problem, trauma, or everyday life that are getting you down. But by letting go and thinking, well, so what, the traffic jam, what if I'm going to be late? I cannot do anything about it. And that's the point. Why invest so much energy, so much into situations that you can't change? There is literally no point. The changes come when we detach ourselves from it. The general sort of like kind of acceptance also leads to self-acceptance. Because one starts to integrate it. I started in my life to integrate the part of me that I didn't like. I found it very unacceptable and hurtful to feel the shame and the guilt. It might be for somebody that you just been treated very, very unfairly. But by actually accepting that and embracing the feelings, instead of fighting it, going against it, this is not me, this has nothing to do with me. It wasn't me, what can I do? I can't let that be part of me, but guess what? It is. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling. By welcoming it into yourself and processing it, you actually find your self-acceptance. And with the self-acceptance, being okay with what has happened to you or not happened to you, the opportunities that you wanted, whatever it might be for you, you become more at peace. And you see people around you changing because your attitude has been changing. What you give out is what you get back. You be able to accept people's opinion the way they think. After all, it is their right to be who they are. And you become very happy with yourself. Because don't forget, whatever experiences you have in life, they make you who you are. And it's up to us what we actually do with it. So take your time. It is a process. Surrender to your fight against something that you absolutely cannot change. Because I'm thinking that actually what you like, what you really would like in life is to be happy, to feeling fulfilled, to feel, because once you find the acceptance, you suddenly have all this time within you and space, and you can fill it with more positive thoughts and feelings, and you find yourself taking more positive action. And slowly but surely you grow into the person and be the person that you wanted to be, or you were already in the beginning when you were born. And you can create your desire, the life that you desire, from your heart. And when it comes from your heart, then it is more genuine. It is genuine, more genuine than when it comes just from your mind, because thoughts get in the way. And what's even more powerful is to link your mind with your heart. So yeah, give it some thought, because people that don't manage to actually find acceptance or to forgive, they get very bitter, and they keep telling the story how bad life has been treating them. They never have any luck. Family has been so unfair to them, or unfair relationship breakup. They just keep hanging in those emotions and feelings that actually don't serve them. It doesn't make them feel well, their well-being is affected. The people around them are of the same sort of, because we attract what we give out. So instead of attracting, they're not attracting people that could help them. They're just attracting people that do the same. Being a victim, living in that victim mode. So yes, make a change. I cannot urge you enough to learn to accept, because if I hadn't been through this process, I wouldn't be here today to be able to speak to you. And it fills my heart with joy. Yes, so please, give yourself a chance. Don't be a victim. You can be really who you truly are. Thank you.